What's up, YouTube? This is Sly88Fry here, and for whatever reason, my wife feels the need of opening a bag of chips right over there, pulling off a Peter Griffin in, black and white in that house, hiding away with the Jews, being, trying to hide from the Nazis. He's eating chips, nearly giving away their position, and now she's doing the same thing for my recording for whatever reason. Anyways, that's great. Hopefully I won't have any issues recording this reaction. Cinemassacre, the YouTube channel from James Rolfe, who created the famous character on YouTube, the Angry Video Game Nerd. Today, he uploaded his Halloween special, Werewolf, The Last Warrior. Looks like it's an NES game he's reviewing once again. And we'll give it a shot. Hopefully, like I said, there won't be any issues. In the past, I've been having difficulty with recording my screen with AZ Screen Recorder because it keeps having the audio delayed from the video itself, and I have to go to editing on CapCut to fix the problem, which is a pain in the ass. Anyways, let's get started. Played it in my wife is dancing, having fun. I was recording the intro to the game. Angry Video Game Nerd presents Werewolf, The Last Warrior. It was written and directed by James Rolfe.
Well, it's Halloween once again, and as always, I'm reviewing something creepy, something crappy. But for this occasion, I'm equipped with a cane of silver that has the pentagram, sign of the wolf. What a coincidence. It represents my own primitive impulse to curse. But I'm going to try to avoid the curse. Let's see if I could review it with class, dignity, and a clean mouth.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Werewolf, The Last Warrior on NES. Okay. The opening text describes a mad doctor who's created a band of biomonsters to imprison the planet's population. Yeah. And the only one who can stop it is a werewolf.
Ooh.
That is quite magnificent. Considering this is 1990, I would say that's a pretty satisfying introduction to a game. You're telling me I'm going to play as a werewolf with blades for arms?
Hey!
Well, sign me up.
Alright, anybody watching, did you notice that the building there that the werewolf was climbing looked very similar to the building at the intro of Mega Man 2, just on the left side of the screen instead of the right?
Okay. Oh, come on now. This is how the game begins?
Oh,
you're just thrown into a one-on-one button masher beat-em-up?
I guess
this makes Double Dragon Mode B look like a masterpiece. And would you know, the controls are swapped. B jumps, A attacks.
Oh, not this
Have
again.
They played another NES game? That's not how it works. They put all this effort into the cutscenes, giving it this brilliant comic book aesthetic. They know how to look nice, but don't know the difference between left and right. Kind of person who wears a real sharp tuxedo, but with their shoes on the wrong feet.
Well, that's the thing, When it comes to video games, it's got to be about how the controls work, how the game plays, but sometimes some companies focus more on presentation and don't do a very good job of making the game more playable. It even happens today with a lot of games.
As human, your only attack is this lousy punch, but soon enough when you touch a red W, you turn into the wolf. Wait, hang on a second.
Don't knock.
Don't knock? Well, I was gonna knock, but now I'm not. Thanks for clearing that up. I would have never known not to knock.
Knock on what, though?
How would I knock? There's not even anything to knock on.
I don't know
what is it pointing to? There's nothing there. And this sign keeps showing up again and again. So it must be important, right? But how could it be if you can't knock, but don't knock? No problem.
Maybe
I won't.
Need to disobey.
By the way, the character's name is Werewolf. At first I thought it was a typo. I thought they meant to say the werewolf. But no, it's intentional. The character's name is Werewolf.
All right.
That'd be like if you called Mario Plumber. They went through all the effort to have this awesome design and these blade arms and everything, and then they couldn't come up with a better name than Werewolf?
Yeah, how weird.
I'm not kidding. I counted. They say it 6 times. 6 times! But hey, here's the thing. Don't knock it, if you will. The manual calls him Werewolf, which is so much better. And in the comic book, yes, there was a comic that came with the game. On the first page, they clarify that his human name was Werewolf. But now that he's a badass blade-armed wolf, he's just Werewolf. Wow. They went above and beyond by including a comic book, all just for a dumb name like that.
What a name.
I hear Dracula's changing his name to Vampire. Of all the stupid things, that is really friggin' stupid. I'm gonna lose myself, and I'm only in the first level. This werewolf, formerly known as Werewolf, has so many awkward moves to pull off, like this wall climb. All it does is get me stuck like a fly on flypaper. And please explain this to me. Why does he need to climb a ladder when he can climb the walls?
I don't know.
Makes the ladder seem a little rather superfluous, don't you think?
Sure, yeah.
A and B does a backflip, which is rarely useful, and then there's a ceiling grab. You have to jump with B, and then press up and A simultaneously at the precise moment you touch the ceiling.
Is the purpose of that to try to, like, up is your left hand and A is your right hand grabbing the ceiling? Like, is that the reason why it's designed that way? I mean, that doesn't seem like a good control scheme.
Does so much crazy stuff, the only thing he can't do is knock. If you touch a blue W, you turn back into human, or should I say back into Werewolf. So now you're 1,000 times weaker. But you're probably thinking, there must be some benefit to human form, right? Well, to answer that, no, there isn't. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. Nobody wants to be Jekyll. He sucks. And I'm sorry to mention that putrid game again. It's not meant to be a running joke. It's a running curse.
Running curse.
Oh, and what happens when you touch the blue W while human? Guess what? You take damage. That's just great.
Okay, so apparently, when my wife was eating chips off screen, it was actually supposed to be a reference to Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and now she's making gestures at me about, yeah, this one. I should have had a V8 kind of one. Anyway, let's continue.
What's up with these laser showers? I just get zapped to death. I tried waiting for a pattern, I tried crawling, I tried running, jumping, nothing. I figured the best bet is to just take damage, hoping to make it through. But there are so many lasers, I'm never going to survive.
Yeah, that's a horrible game design for sure. Alright, James, be ready to swear. I know you're going to.
And that's that. It's only stage 1, and I can't make it through.
Whoa.
You just backflip through it?
How does that make any sense?
You just backflip through it.
How can you backflip through
forget this game!
Forget this game, okay. Destroy the game. There we go. We won't swear, but I'll still destroy the game. Is AVGN about to become Werewolf? We shall see.
For you, the game bit you, did it?
Hey, that's James playing both characters.
It did.
Did you curse yet?
No, I haven't cursed yet in this episode.
Even the nerd who is pure at heart and says no curse may become a swearwolf when he boils with rage and the game gets worse.
He already destroyed the game. Oh my god! He beats the crap out of it. Yes, it's a nice unicorn, sweetheart. Yes, I know, Steve-O.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I destroyed a game.
And a
I
game.
tell you, a plain, ordinary game.
Yes.
Stage 2 takes place on the street, so now he's like a street brawler werewolf. Sure, whatever. But then you go down and take a guess. Take a wild guess where you end up. In the sewers.
So, you think it was the gnomes who repaired the game again like they did in that episode a few years ago? Or do you think James forgot some of the lore of his series and just pretended that, the game's a werewolf, it just revived itself, or after destroying the game just came back because he's cursed or something, as opposed to gnomes repairing it?
Do you think there's enough NES games that have sewers? How much more cliche can you get? Oh my god, bats? Bats in the sewers? This is every NES game chewed up and barfed into one pile.
Yeah.
Green goop? You know there's always toxic green goop in the sewers. This is giving me Ninja Turtles vibes. Especially with that shitty unreachable jump. Did I just say shit, man?
Another TMNT reference. Not a bad one.
Halfway through the stage, you end up climbing a building like Batman and
Man 2. Mamma mia!
Good day, citizen. Don't mind me. I'm here on official business. Once you reach the rooftops, it becomes a labyrinth of steel beams. I mean, look at that. You're telling me I can't go up there? Wait a minute. Did lightning strike me?
I thought that was from the background.
Just a random, hey, guess what? You're dead. That's a cheap shot. It's uncalled for. Anywhere you step, you have to memorize where the lightning strikes. And there's a difference between dodging something and just knowing where it is because you've played it so many freaking times.
Yeah, no kidding.
What game does this remind you of? Do I have to say it again? Do I have to say it? No, I don't.
Yes, your molded
Thinking about it makes my hair stand on end. Then there's all these leaps of faith, or faithless leaps of death. It looks like you're supposed to go down, but you just drop and die. But then there's times when you're pretty sure you're gonna die, but there's no other options left, so you give it a shot, and it works.
Oh, wow.
Like, how was I supposed to know that?
I don't know.
It's like you're expected to have some extra senses to just sniff it out.
Yeah, no kidding.
Stage 2 ends with the craziest way I've ever seen to enter a boss fight. You go ziplining, and then fall all the way down, and next thing, you're fighting Juggernaut from X-Men. I don't mean it looks like Juggernaut, it is Juggernaut. Yeah. This is not like in my Transformers review when I jokingly said that Trypticon is Mechagodzilla. Yeah. This time, it's like the same character. But no, let's get this straight. This isn't Juggernaut, this is Ironhead.
Ironhead?
There's been some speculation that this game was originally intended to be an X-Men game because of how similar the characters are. I mean, if you look at Wolverine, you'll see what I'm talking about here. But it's only a rumor. It's not like the final boss is going to be Magneto. Stage 3 starts in the woods until you take another random leap of faith and drop into some sort of base. This is where the game goes from frustrating to downright unplayable. It's that alarm sound.
Yeah, that's a loud alarm.
Make it stop!
Yeah, no kidding. Might make a good alarm clock.
This isn't one of those beeps when you're low in health. No. This is just a random alarm for no reason whatsoever.
Is that the entire
Someone
level?
set off the metal detector or something?
Jeez.
What happened? And it's continuous. You hear it throughout the whole
Even
stage.
at the boss fight?
What's the point? Somebody was sitting there going, you know what this stage needs? A big, blaring, obnoxious alarm. Because who needs music? Why are these superhero guys calling me a hoe? He's calling me a hoe.
What the hell?
When he's looking the other way, he says, like they literally flipped the graphics.
Oh, that is so bad.
How am I supposed to get over these spikes? I can zipline.
They did literally flip the graphics. You take another look at that. When he's facing the other way, and instead of saying, it looks like it says ho, the exclamation point is at the beginning, and then the H and the O. So they literally just flipped it over. That is just lazy.
Perfect. Wait. You gotta be kidding me.
That's so messed up. Game over.
You're supposed to drop down that hole, which you would think would kill you.
Yes.
And now where do I go? I guess I'm gonna drop down there.
Yes, sweetheart.
No, now you're totally messing with me.
Oh my god.
Son of a...
This game is fucked up.
This whole thing is one sick joke.
It is. Yep.
Then you have to dodge lasers while hopping over platforms.
Yikes.
You need to do the backflip, which you can only do as Werewolf. If you're Werewolf, aka human, just give up.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. When he lays like a pile of blankets, he looks like Mr. Hyde. Anyway, if you're not Werewolf, you're not passing these lasers. Your best option is to die and start the level over. But no, you can't do that because you have only 5 lives, which means 5 continues.
Yes,
and even then, you backflip through the lasers only to fall in a pit. Oh, that's because the screen doesn't scroll when you backflip.
Oh, that's horrible.
Somebody really fudged that up.
My God.
Then you jump down another blind pit, and next thing, the boss rushes you immediately. There's no way to avoid it. How cheap is that? It would be like a boxing match where you get punched before the bell rings.
Yeah,
no warning, nothing. And then you notice the timer is ticking down. Yes, if you thought life wasn't cruel enough, this game has a time limit.
Jeez.
Come on.
Uh-oh, it's getting pretty intense.
Yes! Did it! Oh, that made me so nervous.
He's got fleas now. Uh-oh. Getting closer.
When you make it to stage 4, you're told that water is the natural enemy of a werewolf.
Okay.
Water?
Since when was that
Seriously?
ever a thing?
Was that ever part of any werewolf lore?
Never. I've never heard that
Wow.
in my life.
No kidding. But the water kills him as human too, so go figure. Anyway, this is the most hellish waterfall stage of all time. You take 2 steps and something hits you.
Yes.
It's the knockback, man. But it's not just a knockback, it's a knock forward or knock any which way that results in instant death.
Yeah,
how about don't knock? And if you even stop for a moment to contemplate what you're going to do.
Hey, don't knock, like those weird signposts at the beginning of the game. That's what it should be. Don't knock you around.
The
Really?
twig from the
Knock my
Karate Kid
head?
Typhoon stage comes flying over. There's nothing you can do. The death. How about don't knock? And if you even stop for a moment to contemplate what you're going to do, the twig from the Karate Kid Typhoon stage comes flying over.
What the hell?
There's
so
nothing
weird.
you can do. The fish keep on coming. There's no break, no pattern. They just spam you till you fall.
Yeah,
You wait for them to pass, but there's always more.
Always
And it
more.
doesn't help that every time you die, you go back to being human. The jumps are spaced too far apart, and I haven't forgotten up and B makes you jump extra high, but it only works whenever it feels like it.
That sucks.
Ugh, darn! Shoot! Fudge!
Hey, out of the way. Upside down. Well, my wife kind of wore herself out doing all these dances and exercises in front of me behind the phone, and then freaked out over a spider by her bed as she has arachnophobia. So I definitely had to stop and handle the situation. I was her hero, or she says hebo. Nice big kiss. Anyways, once again, the audio was out of sync, which is pissing me off. No matter what I do, the audio just can't stay in sync with the video when I'm recording on my screen. I don't know. I mean, I don't have that problem when I'm just doing the regular screen recorder that comes with the phone. If I could use that for this, I would do so. But the problem is the camera. The screen is tiny. It's like the size of what I'm putting on screen right here. It's so small that you can't really see me that well, so I kind of have to use these external apps so I can have a bigger camera on me so you can actually still see me during my reactions, because what's the point of doing a reaction video if you can't see me at all or barely can see me at all, right? Somebody even commented about that back when I was still recording reactions on my computer when I actually had a working computer. I haven't had a computer for a year and a half, so I have to do it this way. Hopefully that will change. I wanted to win that gaming computer a couple months ago, but did not win it, unfortunately. That would have made a huge difference. Let's continue. Let's not waste too much more time and continue. We're getting near the end. Right, back it up a little to get to the beginning of what's going on with him.
Shoot! Fudge!
Trying so hard not to swear.
shake! Fuck this waterfall stage. This is where the game designers decided you are not meant to pass. It's just one big fortified fuck zone. Fuck! 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 Oh wait, I did it. So now I'm reaching the end of stage 4. Hang on, that is a ladder, right? Why can't I climb down? Is it just for fucking decoration? Here, you think I would go right, but that would be too obvious. No, instead you have to go to that broken ladder and drop. Then you fight the stage 4 boss, and by now I realize I barely have any time left on the clock. Get down here. Look at that cheap move. He's staying in the air. He's staying up there to run the clock out. Fucking asshole.
Yeah, pretty much.
Get down. Get down here. I did it.
Congrats.
8 seconds left.
Your feet are through the ground.
Yeah! You can lick my hairy wolf nards! Stage 5 brings out the fuck. There are so many shitty jumps, so many enemies ganging up on you, and constant knockbacks. Hey, right there, don't you think I would fall straight down instead of diagonally over? Sometimes, even trying to make a normal jump, you almost have to glitch yourself up there.
Oh man. What the hell?
As a lycanthrope, I'm not liking this. It's so fuckified it's as if it was designed by Butt Crack Bob. I'd rather eat the hardened cat piss from a litter box. As a wolf, I might actually like that. But the point is, this game was a bad time. You'd think I could go right, but no, I have to go up to the higher platform because that slight...
If water is a weakness, I don't know if it is for his werewolf. I think drinking beer would probably kill him. Because, I mean, yeah, it's alcohol, but there's water in it. Otherwise, yeah.
Elevation and height makes such a huge fucking difference. Come on, get up there. Ah, what the fuck? Fuck! When I say things are impossible, you know, of course, it is possible, which makes it worse because it's an incentive to prolong the suffering. You know how many times I had to restart from the beginning? You don't want to know. You think some extra lives would have helped. Instead, all I find is stuff you don't need, like money. I'm a goddamn werewolf. What would I need money for? Could you imagine a werewolf walking into a store? And what's this? It looks like the pissing statue from Jekyll and Hyde. There is no doubt Werewolf the Last Warrior is the spiritual successor of Jekyll and Hyde. 2 equal planes of shitty existence, and at the nexus of it all, the statue. It marks the spot, the unholy shrine of the gaming world. But there's no piss. Where's the piss?
Well, okay, they're both pretty bad games, but I'm going to be honest, this is a lot more playable than Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Maybe the piss is turned off. Well, I'm pissed off! And after the non-pissing statue,
what did he just do?
The spot, the unholy shrine of the gaming world. But there's no piss. Where's the piss? Maybe the piss is turned off. Well, I'm pissed off!
He spit out one of his teeth.
And after the non-pissing statue, you reach a dead end. Oops, wrong way. You might as well just fall and die.
That's terrible.
And after you've navigated this mess, you reach the final boss. Yeah, that's right. Only 5 stages, but thank fuck. The doctor drinks a potion, yes, once again like Jekyll, and turns into a doppelganger of Werewolf. After some tedious trial and error, you nail down his pattern and beat him. But after that, you wait, and wait, and wait.
What the hell? What are you waiting for?
I thought I'd seen it all, but here comes a game where after the final boss, nothing happens.
That would have been a perfect time to reference Cheetahman. To be fair, I did watch the Cheetahman video again recently, but it would have been a perfect time to reference it, because, come on. You beat that, in Cheetahman 2, the unreleased game, you beat that monkey boss, and then you're done. You can't, it doesn't trigger the next level. You're stuck there. And the same thing happens when you actually unlock the incredibly hidden last level and beat that actual last boss.
What happens?
It would have been a perfect time to reference that.
Come on.
Cheetahman.
Then, after 30 seconds of nothing, the ground starts shaking.
Why does it make you wait that
long? Well, we're waiting!
Peter through the ground again.
Alright, here we go! Magneto.
Yes, it is.
Definitely Magneto. Just think, I almost shut the game off when I would have missed the most blatant X-Men ripoff. He is a son of a bitch. He throws shit at you and makes lightning appear. Fights like an asshole.
Yes,
The only way to make it through is if you manage to stay in werewolf form and keep up with the pattern flawlessly.
Yeah. Some of those, that looks kind of...
What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm gonna win!
That doesn't look that hard.
Yeah!
Really? Didn't know it was in America. I thought it was like in Europe or something. Okay.
Oh Lord! American Werewolf! In America! America! Next time? Next time?
Is there a sequel?
Next time? No, I'm telling you, there's not gonna be a next time! I'm never playing this filth again! I'm so mad, I could rip somebody's head off!
The way you walked was nerdy. No fault of your own. But as the game flushes down the toilet, diarrhea enters the sea. Tears turn to piss in a predestined end. Now you will have peace of shit.
Makeup by Joe Stella. Music there. Up by Tim Moore. I think I've seen his name show up in the credits before. I'm sorry. Spelled that way. Written, directed, and edited by James Wolfe.
As a lycanthrope, I'm not liking this! It's so fuckified, it's as if it was designed by Butt Crack Bob! I'd rather lick the hardened catfish from the inside of a... Fuck!
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's good. Okay. Alrighty. So, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that. Hopefully everything went smoothly with this recording. I actually recorded it in 3 sections because I had to be sure to see if the audio would stay in sync with the video. It didn't, at least the first 2 times. Hopefully this time it did. If not, whatever, there's going to be some editing I got to do. God damn it. But anyways, this was enjoyable. This new episode of Angry Video Game Nerd is a good Halloween special. I'd say it has a good balance of review and skit. And skits. Like, he didn't go overboard with the outside the game stuff. Now, that's not to say that some episodes that do that aren't good. Some of them are, actually. His Atari 5200 episode, for example, most of it was him trying to actually get it set up, and that worked because the controllers for that console typically don't ever work, so there's not really that much you could say about the games. In this case, though, yeah, I think he had a good balance. It was mostly reviewing the game, and then he added those skits where he played both the characters himself. He played the fucking nerd and who became a werewolf and turned back to human, and played that whatever that other weird guy is who came to his door a couple times. Or maybe it was 2 guys. I don't know. But anyway, that was cool. I really enjoyed it a lot. This was a lot of fun. Interesting review. The game itself, let's talk about that. It's a game that could have been good. I can tell with how it was made, it could have been solid, but they screwed up with the controls. You should have just been a werewolf the whole time. What's the point of having a human form that just sucks? Like, what happens? Like, do you take enough damage as the werewolf, you become human again or something? If that's the case, don't make it be such a big disadvantage to lose that much health. You know, make it so that there's something. Make it so that your attacks can still at least reach the target better, and you know and then of course there's items you can pick up that you could just turn back into a human anyways. So why would you want to do that if there's no advantage? You know, it doesn't make any sense. I think for this game there were just a lot of things I didn't really think they just did not really think through. But I'll be honest, I think they did try with this game. I think they did make an attempt to make it good or playable, but there were just some things they failed to do. Maybe there wasn't enough game testing. I don't know if they were trying to rush to meet a deadline or anything. That's something that would have to be looked up. Ultimately, though, fun review. Werewolf: The Last Warrior. Angry Video Game Nerd, AVGN. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And I hope you enjoyed my reaction to it. Thank you so much for watching.